Of all the electrical tools that I have, my favorite is probably this one, the oscillating multi-tool. It's called oscillating because the blade oscillates. It's called multi-tool because you can use it to scrape, cut, or sand. And while it doesn't excel at any one of these, its versatility comes in the fact that you can switch blade angles, you can swap out different blades, and it's great for working in confined spaces. The only downside to my tool is the fact that when you go to buy blades and it says universal, it doesn't always fit this one because Dremel decided not to make theirs quite the universal. So I found workarounds for that. We have our cut washer. I slide the washer underneath blade. Okay, blade didn't come off. And while modifying a washer allows me to use a variety of blades, the problem is individually, these blades can get pretty expensive. Is there a solution? Well, according to Milwaukee, the answer is yes. And thanks to the Home Depot Seeds program, we're going to be looking at the Milwaukee Universal Fit Carbide Teeth Blades. They're titanium enhanced for extreme materials and made in the USA. 5 blades to the kit, retail value of over $99, but you can get it for a lot less because you're buying 5 to the pack. But wait, you say, this is universal fit, which doesn't work with your tool unless you use your modified washer. This is true, except they say they include an adapter. So let's pop open this package and see if it works. Hopefully you won't need the oscillating multi-tool to get inside. Once outside the package, we get 5 blades and 1 adapter, which is suitable for any Dremel MM45 or 50. Mine happens to be an MM20, so we'll try it on that. All the blades made in the USA, and if you look closely, you can see that they're actually model 1521. And you'd say to yourself, well, why do I want 5 of the same blades? Because they're consumables, meaning that you're going to end up using them up. So if you have an assortment of them, that's really nice. But if you wear out your straight blade and then you need another one, well, it's nice to have several in reserve. So if you're going to use the tool a lot, you probably want to get a multi-pack that's of the same size. You can always buy an accessory pack just to have for those occasional different blades that you might need. In comparing the stock Dremel blade to the Milwaukee, obviously we see that this has the universal opening to it, which of course the Dremel does not. The rake is a little bit longer on the Milwaukee. They are stamp, probably welded there, and you see this has a tapered end here, whereas the Dremel is straight, has measurements on the side. This does not. And then you have your carbide teeth on both these blades. This has sort of a gold looking finish to it. I don't know if that really means that it cuts any better. And here's the back side of the blade. It does come with some oil residue on it, which is fine. Here you can see a better example of how much the difference in size there is between the 2 blades. So this will give you a little bit deeper reach when you're trying to get below something versus this blade, which is great if you're trying to, for example, you're putting in some carpeting and you need to trim the baseboard or door trims. This gives you more room from the tool going down. So that could come in handy. Overall, I don't see the differences as being that much of an advantage. But let's mount this blade. Let's see if we can first of all mount this blade on the Dremel and if it'll work with the included adapter. No instructions were included on the attaching of the adapter, so I'm hoping this is the correct method. Let's see if it'll make a cut. As we can see, the Milwaukee blade had no problem working with my Dremel, so we can add the MM20 to Milwaukee's list of the MM45 and the MM50 Dremels that will work with their universal adapter, which is a bit better than the one I made. How do you mount the blade when it won't stay in place? Well, you can try holding it in place, and with the Dremel you push up the point that catches, and now it's secure, and all I have to do is just lock it in place, and we are ready to cut. Here we see two Milwaukee blades side by side. The one on the right is unused, whereas the one on the left has cut one piece of wood, two nails, one piece of vinyl, and we can see that there is a slight difference in the appearance of the teeth. For comparison, on the left is our used Milwaukee blade, and on the right are two of the stock blades that came with the Dremel that have been used for over a year, and although they have larger teeth, they don't seem to have nearly as much wear as the Milwaukee. Of course, when using these blades, they will eventually wear out. Here's an example of a blade that was used to cut grout, and as you can see, the teeth have been worn down. And while you can expect some wear as you use these blades, I'm not impressed with how quickly the Milwaukee blade started to lose its edge. If you found this video interesting or useful, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, join the subscription team, and as always, thank you ever so much for watching.